Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? In our lesson today, we are going to complete lesson 7. You have read a scenario about two men, Omar and Nader. They were camping, or they were traveling in the desert, but they had a problem. The car had stopped working because of the dust storm. The sand engulfed the car. They couldn't move. So they have to walk for about 30 kilometers north. But they want to survive. This will take them a long time, about 12 hours walking in a hot, extreme weather. But they have to carry 6 items of the 11 items they've got. They have to carry them in their backpacks. We discussed the things, or we mentioned the things they should carry in their backpacks. 6 of them. One of them, the first aid kit. Why did you choose the first aid kit? Hands up, please, if you want to answer. Why did you choose the first aid kit? Mohammed Abdul Fattah?
To control injuries.
Yes, to protect themselves from injuries. Good, thank you. Next question. What might happen if Omar and Nader didn't take the 2 blankets? Should they have the 2 blankets? What might happen if Omar and Nader didn't take the 2 blankets? Abdurrahman Shukri.
They might suffer from cold weather during night in deserts.
Thank you so much. Good. Why did you choose a tent for 2 people? A tent for 2 people. Why do you choose a tent for 2 people? If you choose a tent for 2 people instead of the 2 blankets, why would you choose a tent for 2 people? Abdurrahman Said.
To have a shelter in a danger case.
Yes, good, safe.
To avoid feeling cold.
To avoid feeling cold, to protect themselves from dust storm, or to sleep in it at night. Good, thank you. Next one. Do you think that Omar and Nader should take a radio transmitter, as Marwan mentioned yesterday? They should take a radio transmitter or a lighter. Do you think Omar and Nader should take a radio transmitter? Why not? This is a radio transmitter. Why? Abdurrahman Said.
In my point of view, I see it's not urgent. Not urgent.
It's not urgent. It's not necessary. That's your point of view. But if they want to communicate with other people, if they want to send a message, safe.
I think it's not important because many things it's more important to take it like water and food.
Yes, we can mention water or or food, but they should have a way to communicate with other people. Suppose that Maran said, suppose that they are traveling alone, or there is no one there to help them. So how can they send a message? How can they call rescue team to help them? Okay, let's move to the next one. Would it be a good idea to take a compass? Would it be a good idea to take a compass? Should they have a compass with them? Marwan Muhammad.
Yes, of course, it's a great idea because they were already heading north, so they need to know where direction they are going to.
Which direction? Yes, which direction they are going to. Thank you so much. Let's see the answer here. To reach a specific destination located to the north, the compass is the most important tool for navigation, for traveling. Without it, without the compass, the men could easily lose their sense of direction. As Ahmed Hassan mentioned yesterday, they could lose their way. They can't find their way easily without the compass. In the vast and featureless desert dunes, especially if another sandstorm blows up. So if they can't see well, because of the sandstorm, they should have a compass to know their way, to navigate in the desert. Good. What's the importance of taking a pair of binoculars? It's like a telescope. What's the importance of taking a pair of binoculars? Should they take a pair of binoculars? Some people say a pair of binoculars they should carry. Abdurrahman Shukri.
It can let them see things from far, such as cars, so they can find help.
Excellent. Good. Okay. Now, which is better? Which is better to take? A thick coat or two blankets? Now, you have to choose one of them. Which is better for them? To take a thick coat or two blankets? Which is better for them? A thick coat or two blankets? You have to mention the advantages and disadvantages of each one. Marwan,
The two blankets, because
why?
they may face cold, or they may
Yes,
face a lot of wind, so they have to cover their face with the blanket.
thank you. But here, if they carry two blankets, it would be heavy for them. But if each one carries a thick coat, he can wear it. He can wear the thick coat. So it will save space for them. They can have more choices, other choices like what binoculars or like a compass, etc. Thank you. Let's see. So here, a thick coat and two blankets. A thick coat, it might not be a good idea because if it only protects one person, since there are two men, one would be left cold during the desert night. So they will have just one coat. So one will be safe and the other will feel cold. But as Maran said, two blankets, I think it will be necessary because there is one for each person. Blankets are also lighter and easier to lift or to fit in a backpack than a bulky coat. Thank you. Let's see the next question. Is it necessary to take a video camera? Is it necessary to carry a video camera? What about Basil? What do you think? Is a video camera necessary?
I think it's not really necessary. I think, but I also think that you could take one to document your journey.
So they can take a video camera to document or to record their events. Thank you. But it's not
Yes,
necessary. I think it's other things are important than a video camera.
yes, of course. You should save the
Good.
space.
Yes. Thank you so much. Now you've got here the 11 things. 11 things. They are going to choose six of them. I asked the AI. I asked the ChatGPT to create a conversation between Omar and Nader. Now you are going to listen to an imaginary conversation between Omar and Nader. They are going to discuss which six things they should carry. While you are listening, you can hold your pen and write numbers above the things they have chosen. Be ready. I'm going to ask you what things they are going to choose. I'm going to open here a website. I asked the ChatGPT to record a conversation for me. 1 minute. Listen. I'm going to refresh the page again.
Headphone listening script. Ready for recording. The engine is dead. We can't stay here. We need to choose carefully. Only 3 items each. Nader, agreed. 6 items total. First thing, water. That's non-negotiable. Definitely. Without water, we won't last long in this heat. Second, we should take a map and compass. Good idea. Navigation is critical. Nader, what about food supplies? Yes, light, high-energy food. We also need protection from the sun. A shade cover could help us rest. Nader, nights can get cold. Should we take a blanket? 1 thermal blanket enough. Finally, a first aid kit. Agreed. Let's pack and move quickly.
Now let's see what they have chosen. Ammar Deeb.
They had chosen water, food supplies, compass,
Yes.
and tent, and
Yes.
a cover or blanket
A blanket.
or first aid kit.
First aid kit. Good. Thank you so much. Now, here you are going to practice reading the story. And here we have classified the items they should carry. First, the first group, survival basics, water, food, first aid kit. So it helps them to survive. What things or what tools they need for navigation? They need a compass, binoculars, or a map if they have got a map. What about shelter for to protect them from cold, to keep warm? They need a tent, thick coat, 2 blankets. So you have to choose one of them. What about tools for communication? A radio transmitter, a lighter, or video camera? Maybe. I think they mentioned the compass here for navigation. Good. What are you going to do? You can use these expressions to make a conversation between you and your friend about the best things they should carry or should carry while traveling in the desert. Practice reading this text. Okay. Now you are going to listen to two students. They are going to read the conversation created by the AI. Let's listen to. I'm going to call names. Be ready. عمار أبو شعيشة عمار الديب عمر اوكي الديب نادر
Okay.
ابو شعيشه
معك يا أستاذ.
yes go on start reading
الشاشة معلقة عندي بس.
okay can you start عمار الديب
ما برضه معلقة وانت بس
okay
جاي على
I'm
الايتمز
waiting
بس.
I'm waiting the internet is very low these days can you see the screen now the conversation between Omar and Nader
No, not yet.
okay who can see it raise your hand Who can see the conversation?
أستاذ حضرتك ممكن تجرب تقفل الشير وتفتحه تاني عشان صورة حضرتك اللي باينة عندي.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and share again. Okay.
أستاذ لو تقدر تبعت صورة على الجروب أو على التيمز تبقى أسهل.
Okay. Can you see it now or not?
الشاشة سوداء يا
No.
أستاذ.
Okay. 1 minute. I'm going to capture the video or the image and send it to Teams. You can't see now? Okay, I'm going to send it by WhatsApp to Abdurrahman Sayed.
نعم يا أستاذ.
Okay, I send it to by WhatsApp.
حاضر أشوف. أبعت على الجروب الصفي.
Yes, please.
تمام يا أستاذ، مين يبدأ؟
Yes, you can see it
عارف.
now. Okay, Ammar Abu Shaisha, start.
تمام. أبدأ من فوق من عمر.
The engine is dead.
تمام. عمر, the engine is dead. We can't stay here. We need to choose carefully. 3 items each. Only three items each. نادر,
Deep.
Agreed.
أديب.
6
6
items.
items total. First
Wait a
thing.
minute, Ammar, wake up.
Okay.
You are one person. So you
Okay,
are
thank you.
Ammar, you are Omar, and Deep, you are Nader. It's like a conversation, Ammar.
Okay.
Agreed.
Agreed. 6 items total. First thing, water. That's not negotiable.
Negotiable.
Negotiable? Negotiable.
Yes.
Definitely. Without water, we won't last long in this heat.
Second, we should take a map and compass.
Good idea. Navigation is critical.
Crucial.
What about
Critical. Critical.
Critical.
Navigation is critical.
What about food supplies?
Yes, light, high energy food.
We also need protection from the sun.
A shade cover could help us rest.
Nights get cold. Should we take a blanket?
One thermal blanket is enough.
Finally, a first aid kit.
Agreed. Let's pack and move quickly.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Now you are going to listen here to a summary for the lesson made by what? By AI. It's like a podcast. Listen to them discussing the story of Omar and Nader and the things they should carry.
You have 11 survival items in front of you. You can only carry 6. If you pick the wrong one, well, you die of dehydration before tomorrow morning. Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a survival scenario text and a dialogue transcript that map out a literal life or death situation in the Kuwaiti desert.
Yeah, and our mission today is really to uncover the anatomy of high-stakes decision-making. It's a fascinating look at how the human brain processes sudden, catastrophic constraints.
Right.
Like we're watching two people pivot from convenience to sheer survival in an absolute instant.
Okay, so let me set the board for this terrifying game. Our sources follow 2 men, Omar and Nader. They're driving a 4x4 across the desert when a massive sandstorm just hits out of nowhere.
And the sand completely ruins the engine.
Exactly. The car is totally dead. They have to abandon it and walk to their destination, which lies somewhere to the north. It's a 30-kilometer trek, which is roughly a 12-hour walk.
And I mean, they are in good health, but doing this during the day in that extreme heat is incredibly grueling.
Yeah, and here's where it gets really tight. They have 11 supplies in the car, but they can only fit 3 items each into their backpacks.
Right, so 6 items total. That physical constraint completely changes the math of their survival.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're losing the mechanical security and, the cargo space of a vehicle. Suddenly, every single ounce they carry on their backs has to definitively justify its existence.
It's the ultimate high-stakes packing challenge. Honestly, it feels like a terrifying escape room, except the timer counting down isn't a digital clock on the wall, it's the blazing desert sun.
That is a great analogy. And because those physical constraints are so tight, let's look at how they actually negotiated this life-saving inventory in the dialogue transcript.
Right.
They start with the absolute, undisputed priority, which is water. Nader calls it non-negotiable immediately.
And Omar agrees, obviously, because without it, in that heat, the clock runs out incredibly fast.
Exactly. But water only keeps you alive if you know where you're going.
Yeah, wandering aimlessly just burns through that precious hydration.
Right, which immediately dictates the next necessity, a map and compass. Navigation is critical since they only know their target is broadly to the north.
Makes sense. And knowing they have a 12-hour physical exertion ahead of them, Omar suggests bringing light, high-energy food.
Yeah, but they also realize they can't just walk straight through the peak daytime temperatures.
Right, the heat would just end them.
So Nader brings up sun protection, which leads them to pack a shade cover so they can actually stop and rest.
But of course, resting through the day means they'll be out there when the sun goes down. And desert nights get freezing cold.
They really do, which forces them to dedicate another slot to a thermal blanket. And then finally, they round out the 6 with a first aid kit.
It really paints a picture of their mindset. I mean, they aren't just packing for a long walk.
No, it reveals a completely fascinating strategy. They are actively anticipating environmental extremes. The shade cover for the grueling daytime sun, the thermal blanket for the freezing night. They're preparing for a multi-phase survival scenario.
Okay, I have to push back on one of those choices, though. I'm looking at parameters here.
Oh, really? Which one?
The snacks. These are fit, healthy guys facing a 12-hour walk. Do they really need to use up a precious backpack slot for high-energy food?
Whoa.
Like, the human body can go days without eating, but water, in the desert, you lose that instantly. Shouldn't they have swapped that food for simply carrying more water?
That is a very fair critique. Purely physiologically, more water would objectively extend their survival timeline far better than snacks.
Right.
But based on the transcript, Omar seems fixated on the sheer physical exertion of a 12-hour walk. He prioritizes fueling that immediate calorie burnover, like maximizing their hydration capacity.
It makes you realize how much of our daily decision-making relies on a safety net of excess capacity. Take away the car, your usual resources, and you suddenly find out if your priorities actually align with reality.
Oh, absolutely. Stripping away the excess force is a completely different kind of clarity.
It really makes you think about how you prioritize your own non-negotiables when a metaphorical engine dies, and you are forced to change plans with severely limited capacity.
Exactly.
Which brings me to one final thought for you to mull over. Our guys packed both a shade cover for the harsh day and a thermal blanket for the freezing night.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, the walk is only 12 hours. If that escape room timer is the blazing sun, why fight it at all?
Oh, wow. I see where you're going with this.
Right. Should they just pop up that shade cover, rest during the brutal heat of the day, and use the cooler temperatures to do the entire 30-kilometer trek at night? Something to think about next time you find yourself suddenly having to navigate the dark.
Okay, here is the summary for the story or this podcast is that they prefer having what more water than food, especially in the desert here. Okay, last question: what things should you take when you go on expedition? This is one of the most important question for the unit. What things should you take when you go on expedition?
teacher expression رحلة استكشافية.
Yes, expedition. Yes, maybe sea journey or trip or go camping and traveling away from your house. It can
wanna
be
answer.
in the desert. It can be in the desert. It can be in the sea. It can be on mountains. What things should you take when you
Teacher,
go on expedition?
you
من
should
عادل.
take necessary tools and equipment
What
like food
equipment?
and water.
Equipment
Like lack of
uh, the
food, lack of water.
lack of food يعني نقص الطعام والماء.
لا sorry much enough of food and water.
Yes, thank you. محمد عبد الفتاح.
First aid kit.
What else? Yes, Abdullah.
Communication devices.
Good. Mustafa Sayyid.
I think they should take water, food, a tent, a compass, a first aid kit, and a
Water,
lighter.
first aid kit, suitable clothes. Yeah, Abdurrahman Shukri.
I think you should take food supplies, water, navigation tools, and a tent.
Thanks so much. طبعا we finished studying unit 10 lesson 7. Next Sunday we are going to study lesson 8. Lesson 8 is about what an advert you have seen in a newspaper or a magazine asking for people who can do these extreme sports. You are going to write a reply for this advert. If you have the skills, if you have the characteristics to be able to join them, you have to mention what are your skills. Are you ready to do these things? What are your preparations, etc. We are going to discuss next Sunday. I advise you not to neglect doing your homework. شباب الواجبات اللي ببعتها لك بديك وقت كافي تكتب فيها الواجبات او تكتب فيها واجبات سهله هعطي لك وقت كافي جدا لحل التمارين. فانا بحدد لك وقت طبعا 3 ايام بعت لك واجب كل يوم. اديك فرصه لغايه يوم السبت الساعه 12 بالليل تحل فيه الواجب. اوكي، فرجاء تحل واجبات. طبعا عندي اسماء طلبه اللي بتاخر في عمل الواجبات او في التسليم، زي احمد حسام متاخر شويه ما كتبش واجبات كتير، سامي عيد، عبد الرحمن حماده في واجبات لسه ناقصه، عبد الله مطلق، محمد عادل، في عندي هنا مروان احمد سيد واجبات ناقصه برضو، مصطفى محمد 17 واجب من 29. اوكي، please do your homework. مصطفى, have you got a question? Mustafa Said. Okay.
No, sir.
Until we meet again, thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام ورحمة الله. يعطيك العافية أستاذ.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
الله يعافيك. مع السلامة.